record?
Button. There you go.
Oh my God.
So we have to do that all over again. Ready?
Wait,
Okay.
wait, hold on one second. Your audio, I think you have to set your audio to record or to
Oh,
what's the word I'm looking for? For the intro music to come through because you couldn't hear it from before. So, test
allowed
speaker
to.
microphone, leave computer audio settings.
There's also a pause and stop for recording.
I don't, but I don't. Okay. So wait, let's try this again. Or what?
Sure.
You're like, I have nothing else to do because this sucks. Hang on.
Yeah, say it, Chris.
No, I'm not going to say it because you're here.
Be vulgar, be nasty.
Background noise suppression.
Freak nasty disaster party 3.
Okay.
I think that worked. Background and effects. I want to try to blur my background a little bit, but that's ridiculous.
This again. Yeah. Okay. Second.
Oh yeah.
Testing the equipment. We are recording it. It has me recording it. What are you doing? You're flipping on your head.
I don't know. Sorry.
It says I'm recording the host. So that means you are also being recorded right now, right?
Yeah, everybody's should be recording
Okay.
or getting recorded, I should say.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Ruby wants to be here because last time we were here,
Yay.
remember, she was going to New York
Yes, I want to
I'm
hear about
back.
the trip.
and she
I'm back.
can't even hear her, man.
Girl.
And she wants to explain about her trip to a nightclub that she went to in New York City.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm
for
on
it.
the edge of my seat. We're not going to talk about Kamala Harris or what happened this week with Joe Biden.
Being Brad.
Yeah.
But first, I want to hear, David, do you have experience with New York and nightclubs in general, or just what's your take on it?
Um,
Were you a
I have-
partier? Did you do that?
well,
Partier.
I have
Brad.
experience in New York. It's going to be the world's most boring answer.
Okay.
But I've
No
been
such
there.
thing, my friend. No such thing.
I've been there. I've been there more than a handful of times, but not really clubs. Like just
Okay.
bar hopping, like an old guy.
Okay. I kind of did that too, though.
Yeah,
Kind of did that too. There was this one club, though, that my friends had brought me to, and it was called La Bane. And there's a swimming pool inside of the club.
LeBang?
La Bane.
Oh, Bane. Like in
La Bane would be funny.
like Bane. Like
Bane.
Bane.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mr.
Bane.
Wayne. Hello, Mr. Wayne. This is
So-
Bane.
Okay. Basically, there's a swimming pool inside, just like rooftop lookout. There's an elevator guy,
Mhm.
but lying down the block, right? So
Yeah.
that sounds better. Thank you for doing that. Lying down the block, like past alleys, past food trucks, like so.
Yeah.
Me and the people I'm with, we walk down, we get at the end of the line. And when we get there, there's this guy that comes up to us and he's like, "Is this everyone in your group?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "Is there any more people coming?" We're like, "No." He's like, "Follow me." He takes us to the front of the line to join the hot people's line, Chris. We got scouted.
Wait,
out
wait,
of
wait,
the
wait, wait, wait,
line.
wait, 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 wait.
Go to the front, cut all those sorry losers in line.
Wait, wait, wait.
Oh man, I bet you that felt amazing,
Oh
right?
my
Just on so
God.
many the minor
Oh.
levels, the big
I-
levels.
I have so many questions. How big was your entourage?
I can show you a picture of
I don't know
all
if I
of
wanna-
us. No, it was really funny. These girls took this photo of us while we were waiting.
Were
to
you
get
like
into an
all decked
elevator.
out or something, or what? I don't.
No, not really. It was my friends are beautiful, like model level, beautiful, like objectively extremely attractive.
Can we do a ad screen? How do we do that?
I don't know if I can like dox them like that. I don't know if I can show their faces on this without like
Oh, they're model quality, but we can't show their faces right now.
no.
Come on.
I'm-
This is on
So
television.
line
know.
around the block. If
Line around the block.
odds of getting in within like an hour or two were pretty bleak, and
Limp.
but
Who picked
y'all
this?
got scouted. That's
Just
pretty
shot
badass,
Trump,
actually.
XX. That's me, Hudson, Sophia. Like they're beautiful. That's
Best looking
Sorry.
person in that picture is the dude.
that's
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
great.
Okay, but wait a minute. I'm sorry.
They're just really pretty, like Instagram models.
No,
Yeah.
you all look like you're 12 in that picture.
Okay, that's crazy.
So,
That's crazy.
and you are all underage, so
No.
they let you
They're
in.
21.
Right. Anyway,
Hudson and Pete are 21.
so do they go there often or something? Do they know
No.
the guy?
No.
Okay, so
Not at all.
you're like, hey, you guys, come on in.
And
Yeah.
basically, we get to the front and they're like, oh, these IDs are fake to Hudson and Pete. And they're like, I'm sorry, they're not. Let me show you my passport. And there's me standing behind them going, because my ID's fake as fuck. Oh. And so then
Jesus.
once they get let in, I'm like, oh, I don't have my passport, but like, and he's like, it's fine, it's fine. They showed me theirs. And like, thank God they were the first two people to go in line
Yeah.
because they were just on ass that day about things. But super fun, got up there afterwards, another club. This place that
Wait, no. What, so you walk in this club, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool, or
No.
this sucked.
we walk in,
Did you go to the pool?
we walk in, it's a hallway.
Did you get a towel?
Can you listen
Okay.
to what I'm saying? We walk in, it's a hallway.
Sunscreen.
We're waiting in the hallway. There's a bunch of this LED paint around us. We're
Mm.
waiting, and I'm like, why are we waiting? And they're like, there's an elevator to take us up to the club. It's in a
Okay.
big building.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
we get in the elevator. There's an elevator guy. Doors open.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke machine, blue light. We go over,
Scene out of
and
a
I was
movie.
like,
Yeah,
of a
exactly.
movie. We go over, there's a
Exactly.
pool. There's some weird old dude making comments about like, yeah, you gotta swim, but you gotta swim, but you can't wear your clothes. And like, I was like, what? I was like, and his wife was standing right there. It was crazy. And
Creep.
we were just like, so we go to the roof to escape that interaction. And the
Yeah.
rooftop is amazing. The just skyline. There's a
Yeah.
bar. I get a little frozen margarita. And
Nice.
God.
the entire time we're just absolutely trolling everyone around us. Cause I would say we're all very pretty. We were all dolled up. And so people were coming up to us being like we're in the drink line. Someone's trying to talk to us.
Yeah.
We're just like,
They're trying to figure out who you are.
and we're just saying crazy lies.
Isn't that she's TikTok famous.
Shut up.
She's TikTok famous.
But
I'm not-
that's the fun, right? I mean, 'cause
Exactly.
Who's
Mhm.
keeping
Oh,
score, right?
just-
You're
Yep.
free. You're free to be whoever you want that night.
and everyone around you, mostly men, so wasted, so drunk, coming up to you.
Hey,
they're
girl.
like, what's your name? I'm like Gilbert Flirt Pound. I'm like, oh,
What?
we're like, do you know what
Wait,
Depop is?
did you say your names?
Your mama's balls. Like we were just joking, like absolutely clowning, trolling these men, just like being like, oh, how many drinks have you had? You smell weird.
You
Like,
just-
and they don't get offended because you're a pretty girl.
You
They don't
should have
know
used
what
those
the fuck
names
you're
you
saying.
made up.
I did.
Okay.
I was like, my name's Wart Vasquez. I was like, we were just like clown because I'm not into like
No,
like
I know.
I was like, girls don't go to clubs to get picked up by men. Like that's not why we go
They
to
don't?
clubs. We go to clubs to have fun with our friends. We're not trying to get hit
But
on.
no, that's not real because
No.
that's what we were told in school.
No, maybe
That's-
that's what
No.
y'all were told.
That's
in
what
school, and
men
maybe
were
that
told in school. You go to a club to pick up a fine lady. Yeah.
Fine broad, a chick.
Gal.
Fine piece of meat. Anyway, so next club.
Next club. This club's a little different though. There's not a line. It's more velvet rope, and it's
Oh.
more promoter club. Do you guys know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
promoters are?
Yeah.
They're like people who just like.
I don't know what a promoter is.
Okay, so basically we were in line, and they're like, "There's this lady, and she's like, who are you here with?" And we're like, "No one." She's like, "Who are you here to see?" And names a bunch of people. And she said, "No one." And I was like, we should have just lied and said we were here for someone. And then she leaves. Another guy comes out and it questions us again, just being like, who are you guys here with? Who are you here to see? Like, are you with a promoter? Are you with a group? Like,
Yeah.
what are you? And we're like, no. And he's like, let's see IDs, scans them. We get in. Red lighting instead of blue. So
Yeah.
like very different vibes. This was more house music. So there was someone live DJing house music and like promoter vibes. So there's just it's a little bit of a lamer crowd because people are honestly being paid to be there and
Yeah.
like, you know, just there because the free drinks that they get. So like girls are just like sitting around on their phones, like in a full cocktail dress, like
Oh.
sitting on their phone. And like we're just being like funky in the corner. We were there for like a second, got a free drink from the promoter. I was like, I'm about to get roofied, but I was fine.
Seriously though, that's so. I mean,
Oh yeah, I've heard.
Did you drink it?
stories. Oh, I drank it, but I saw him pour it, and I was like, I was
but it
watching.
doesn't mean shit. Okay.
Well, yeah, they could spike the whole bottle, but then everyone else around would be like,
Drop,
No,
like,
dropping like
yeah.
flies. It was a
We're just gonna go that one and that one, and okay, here you go. Okay, whatever. Anyway, you didn't.
Anyway,
Mhm.
after that, we all went home, but that we only went clubbing that one night, and then another night we went bar hopping, like you were saying you were kind of
Yeah.
doing.
yeah.
They don't card you. No restaurant cards you. Like they don't care.
Wait,
it was
when-
crazy.
When were you in New York?
I mean,
What,
I
years ago?
just
All the time.
over the last 25 or so years, I just go. I've had some friends that live there. I have some friends that still live there now, and I just go and my Lauren works for JetBlue, and we get to New York for
Hey,
free.
Ooh.
Is Shane
So-
there? No, Theo's not there. Shane?
No, everybody moved here to Texas, so
Your miles must be crazy.
yeah,
Like,
it's a fun benefit. So I can get to New York pretty much whenever. But I never really
perfect, Jillian.
so the club thing's a little bit different for guys, right? So
Yeah.
unless
Guys go there to get laid. Really?
well, I mean, in terms of like
No?
getting into a hot spot, right?
Yeah.
You're either having to grease a lot of wheels with money. You have to be like actually somebody of repute or note.
You know the bouncer, you have ins
Yeah,
with
the
the
bouncer,
club.
or you're really like, like an Adonis, I guess. But the clubs aren't. They're geared to get some of those guys in, but I think the logistics of it, and I could be wildly wrong about this,
I think you're on
but
point.
they're trying to create atmosphere with beautiful people,
Oh yeah.
right?
The
And
whole
so
club
there's the
culture is
advantage of being
so
a beautiful
evil.
person. Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. And I was feeling it when I was there around them, just like the way that like we got treated because we were pretty ladies, quote unquote. And like
yeah.
it was a confidence boost, but it's evil and gross to the people in this world who are also trying to have fun and go to those places who maybe
Yeah.
just didn't get blessed physically. Like, no,
one
like-
of those things, I guess.
I look in the mirror every day and I'm like, you know what? I'm not like crazy attractive, but at least I'm not unfortunately
Disfigured.
exactly. There's some people on this earth who just did not get aesthetically.
So are you gifted?
They didn't get.
Do you feel you're gifted and
Oh,
looks
yeah,
wise?
I would say.
What's your best attribute?
I think my eyes or lips. I don't have white people lips. Like the thin, like
What the?
Yeah.
Hey, you get that glare in the background there, David.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. Give me a sec. Keep
man.
talking. Give me
No,
a sec.
I white people. David Romero is now taking a potty break.
because he doesn't even like us.
White
And he
people
did.
lips?
Yeah, like turtle lips, like white. Have you?
I'm not.
You know who used to work here who had white people's lips. Don't say it though.
Oh, ooh.
Can I whisper?
Turn the office off.
Really?
Did that show up? Dude, are you serious?
What is happening with my
That's
camera?
hope
even
that-
worse.
Cheese and crackers.
That's
Yeah,
worse.
yeah.
Oh, that works. Okay, what is playing right now overhead, if we can hear at home, is
Shoegaze.
Erase and Rewind by the Cardigans, not shoegaze. Not shoegaze.
Cardigans are making quite a comeback in my daughter's 9th grade world.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, wait. And have you been putting her on to like the Sundays? Like that was my gateway
Yeah.
to it. Okay, Sundays, Cardigans, Stereo Lab broadcast. That was like
Mhm.
my arc into like, and then Cocteau Twins, like
Yep.
Pitch the Baby. You should be
All
playing
that
that.
stuff.
Okay, good.
All that stuff.
I-
All that
and-
stuff's being played. Mazzy Star,
Oh, and
for
the
a little
thing-
little moody.
I literally like I was not cool in 8th grade listening to that. I very much recently became like open to like any sort of music. Like I didn't listen to music for most of my childhood.
Yeah, but
That was not my
kidding me.
thing.
No.
Yeah.
How did you get through fucking puberty then and stuff? Get through music is like the backbone.
I know. And I just didn't have it because I didn't have good headphones. It wasn't I mean, it was
Oh.
introduced to me by my parents, but like they have a very different musical taste than I do.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, Cleaners from Venus, not shoegaze,
Mm.
not popular.
Okay, but the good thing about your parents having such a different musical taste is that is another like it opened your mind to that part of that music.
I mean, definitely. I mean, like my
Wait,
dog's
wait.
name is Mazzy from Mazzy Star. Like my parents are cool in that way, but they didn't foster any sort of like.
Well, your mom,
here's-
not your father, not your dad.
My mom more than my mom was playing like Santa Gold growing up. Do you know what Santa Gold is, David?
No, I don't.
No. Okay. Very weird music, but
Yeah.
she was playing some bangers in the car growing up. But I never like.
But don't you appreciate that what she listened to? Then that don't you?
Oh yeah, my dad has given me crazy music recommendations. Like he put me on a Pixel Grip, which was something that like newer band, not old, but like super good music that
What-
I really like.
Did your parents turn you on any music, or that wasn't a thing, David?
Well, you know, I was the
You had to find it on your own.
accident. I was the accident in my family.
Oh, what? Wait, what? I never. What?
Oh,
Are
for
you
sure.
serious?
Yeah, my mom still likes to try to pretend like I was planned, but let's be
Mm.
honest. I mean,
My sister.
yeah,
My sister.
my
My-
parents, they, I'm 49. I'll be 50 soon, and
Whoa, watch
you
out.
know, my parents are of the 50s, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it was all that music of like the 50s and the early 60s and stuff, like soul music.
Awful music though.
What?
Yeah,
Chubby
really.
Checker and
Ew, what?
yeah, I mean,
Tears
Jerry-
for Fear. Oh, I guess that's
that's
90s.
the night. No, I mean, you got Jerry Lee Lewis. You know, sure,
Yeah.
there's some great things in the
Mm.
I can make
in the 50s, but it was kind of in between the 40s and
I mean,
60s.
My
I'm gonna help
dad's
make a
big
drink, keep
thing was
going.
Good.
Ray Charles and Sam Cooke.
Oh
and
yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah,
all those guys, like that was like his bag, right?
Yeah.
Like guys that kind of came up through like gospel music, but just started to make like rock and roll or like pop music at the time or soul music at the time. That was his thing. So he passed on a lot of that stuff to me, but he really wasn't part of like the the psychedelic 60s pop
yeah.
70s thing really
Yeah.
at all. So I had to do a lot of discovery on my own.
I mean, well, okay, so different from you. I was very lucky because my parents were very much into music. I mean, that's how that kind of like how they met. They would go see Frank Sinatra. Literally, they'd go to the movies together when they were kids. When I was a kid, when I was your age,
Yeah.
They go to literally they would take it was 10 cents. You go early and there was a show and that was Frank Sinatra performing with these guys before the movie even played.
10 cents.
And 10 cents for 5 cents for the movie and 5 cents for popcorn and a soft drink.
Isn't that crazy? I just
Fuck, are you-
I just love the quantity, right? It's like, oh well, we'd go down for a show, it'd be 5 cents for coffee,
Yeah.
and then 10 cents for the show,
I-
and the whole
I
night
know.
cost 15 cents.
what a day. I couldn't afford it and I didn't know what I was gonna, I had to go an extra day on my paper route. Anyway, I mean, so that's how like, they Frank Sinatra and
Yeah.
the big bands and all that kind of stuff, but then they moved, the 50s, 60s, 60s. My God. I mean, that was it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you had Elvis and the Beatles ripping off all the great black blues artists there were. Sorry.
Stones.
True. Yeah, the Stones. I mean,
Yeah.
but they took it to a different level and
Mhm.
kind of brought, attention to Little Richard and come on, man. Chuck Berry, thank you.
hmm
I mean, just incredible music that just is still like the foundation of what we listen to today. I mean, I don't know. The 60s got, then Zeppelin comes along, the Who, Beatles, everything. It's just incredible. Incredible. We're very lucky. Very lucky. But
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't
You,
really,
you had to find it all on your own, which
yeah, like
I
it was
mean,
funny. Like there was the gap between the music that my parents grew up with and the music that they appreciated.
mhm.
And that was just sort of playing in the house. But then, it was my older brother, really, who's
Oh, really?
12 years older than I was, that, went, graduated high school when I graduated kindergarten. And so
Oh,
he
wow.
he really shaped
You
my
really were the
musical
mistake.
identity. What's that?
You really were the mistake.
Oh yeah, big time. Um, but yeah, so he went away and he went to school at Long Beach State. This is right around the time, like the early 80s, when early REM and U2 and the
Right. Yeah.
Replacements and the
Yeah.
Clash and Bruce
Yeah. Yeah.
Springsteen and that whole bag of music, college radio.
Great though. Great
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, really, really great music. And so he brought that home, and I was, 9-year-old, 8, 9-year-old kid, when he would come home from college, and I was in the midst of, like, I lived in LA County. I was a young Latin man, learning how to break dance and listening
Oh,
to
Jesus.
rap and
Did you do it on cardboard? Did you? Did you break
I
dance?
had cardboard. I had the whole schmear, man.
Re-
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was a full-on break dancer.
Ruby, David was a break dancer as a kid.
Oh yeah.
He had his cardboard. You got to get
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
Were
was
you good? Were you a good break dancer?
no, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, but it didn't matter. I mean, who cares?
Right, exactly.
At
You didn't know.
least you tried,
Yeah.
So, so on one hand you have like your boombox with your mixtapes that has like, Fat Boys on it and whatever we listen to like for breakdancing.
Yeah.
Then, I have this whole other like stream of music consciousness that my brother's seeding to me from Long Beach State College radio.
Oh,
And then
sure.
right there, dab in the middle, I have, you know, Def Leppard and Van Halen
Mhm.
and, like all those bands of that time. So I was all over the map as a young kid,
Yeah.
and
Easy to
and I
do.
still am, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
still am.
Yeah.
How do you beat David Lee Roth? I mean, come on, it's
Well, I mean,
ridiculous. It's amazing.
they were like that was I remember they started, I think first time I heard them was in the late 70s, like 70, maybe 78, maybe 77, whatever, when their first album came out, I think. But then,
Yeah.
like, you're right, like you have Leopard, Scorpions,
Yeah.
Judas Priest, and then you had the other hair bands like White Lion and who was that? Was Sebastian Bach? Who was his
These
band?
guys sucked.
I
The
mean, there
hair
was this.
metal bands.
It's funny. There's a documentary. It's ancient now. It's called Decline of the Western Civilization
I
Part
remember
Two,
that. Yep.
and it goes through all these bands, Poison and
Sucked.
Faster Pussycat and Slayer.
Saigon Kick.
Oh God, you know. And
Shitty
it's
band.
just everybody was in LA for a reason, to be the next big thing. And it was just that time of music was just like, oh my God.
It's terrible, dude. It was
Yeah.
absolutely terrible. But
Yeah.
it was glam at the end of the day,
Yeah.
right? It was bullshit. Everybody knew it was bullshit. It was pop metal music. It's all
But
about a lifestyle. It's all about vibe. It's
yeah, but
all about ballads. It's
that
bullshit.
was your brother wasn't into that stuff. He was the
No.
stuff on the college radio was way more extreme, like
Yeah.
real music,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
It's just a bunch of guys and gals writing just authentic shit
Hmm.
and recording it, and it sounded different and it felt different compared to like this whole other end of the spectrum where you've got like tight pants and dudes that look
Puffed up
like
hair, makeup.
chicks and
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? It was just
They were into rock and roll to get
be
laid.
I couldn't be bothered with any of that stuff, really. I
Yeah.
mean, there were some talented musicians there, obviously, right? You got these guys growing up playing guitar in their bedrooms for 10 hours a day somewhere in the middle of Kansas, and they're going to come out to LA and they're going to be really, really, really good.
Oh yeah.
But the music sucked, which is why it was so easy for Nirvana to kill. And thank God they did.
Really?
Because when that came out,
We've never
Kip,
talked about Nirvana, you and I don't think.
yeah, I mean, when Smells Like Teen Spirit came out, Kip Winger went from being on top of the mountain. He
Headed
fell
for
straight off,
you're
dude.
only 17.
What a
Kip
creepy
Winger.
song.
Give me a break. Okay, Nirvana, never a fan.
Yeah.
Never a fan. I appreciate what they did to music because they opened up a whole nother segment with
Yeah.
if you want to call it the Seattle sound or whatever.
Yeah, grunge.
Yeah, thank you. Grunge, the
Mhm.
whole thing. And that just is a whole different.
Did you not enjoy any grunge?
Oh, well, okay. What we consider grunge.
Well, I mean, what was considered grunge was
Like
Nirvana, which
is
I'd
Pearl Jam is
argue is like more pop punk, right?
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden, Pearl Jam,
Okay, I like Soundgarden, I like Pearl Jam. Was Alice in Chains
Alice in
grunge?
Chains,
I like
yeah, for
them.
sure. Um, gosh,
Nine Inch
Candlebox.
Nails is not grunge.
No, they're more industrial.
And that's what's happening.
Industrial. He says they're industrial.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. Those are broken beer bottles on the in the wall in the. Okay, Ruby Green.
Whoa.
You know what her nickname is. You know what her middle name is.
Hmm.
Her middle here. She's gonna show you what her middle name is. This chick is 19. She's going on 40. I swear to God, she's such an old broad. Anyway, yeah, parents are hippies, as you can probably tell.
Love it.
Whatever. Yeah, she's great. She's great. The only problem is the other managers look at her as a kid, and she's a kid, but she's okay. Just leave it. No, not now.
Falling apart. The world's falling apart around you.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No, I did like grunge. I did like grunge because it had a big it made music shift and rethink itself in a lot of areas, which is great.
It killed the hair bands.
Oh, it totally did. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. I just was not a Nirvana guy. I mean, oh my God, Kurt Cobain. Oh my God, he's the new Leather King. He's the new Jim Morrison, and ODs because he's so depressed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm never down with any of that stuff. I hate Jim Morrison. I'm not a Doors guy.
No.
Yeah, just enough with that stupid like drunk troubadour
Yeah.
alien bullshit. Like,
Right.
no, thank you.
No. Well, how did you get turned on to U2 then? Are they still your favorite band?
My brother for sure.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I mean they're always gonna be like a legacy band for me. Like always, just like from a musical perspective. Like just this morning, I was playing around with some guitar tones and playing around with echo time signatures and a bunch of boring stuff that nobody cares about. But that all came from the Edge, from a
It
guitar
did?
playing perspective. Yeah, just really like using delay as a rhythm mechanism in order to create like these atmospheric sounds in music. Nobody
Right.
was really doing that before he did that. So
I didn't know that. The Edge.
when I heard that, I'm like, ooh, I want
That's
to
right.
make those sounds. Those are the sounds I want to make with guitar. But I probably don't have a favorite band, to be honest with you.
What? You loved U2.
Oh, I love them. Yeah. And
Blur?
it was really nostalgic because that was the first band that my brother and I, from when I was a real little kid and when he was coming out back from college, that's where we connected musically. And that was the first time he and I are ever connected on anything because there was such an age gap.
Right.
So that band is always really, really special to me. But the other part about that band was like I grew up in a really evangelical Christian household, right?
Mm.
And U2 very early on were very spiritual and really kind of Christian-y. And so when you grow up in that household and you hear that awesome music coming through, though, especially a lot of their early stuff, and it has that undertow of spirituality to it.
Uh-huh.
The band takes on an even more special importance than just being a really, really great album or really great music that you like to listen to. It becomes this weird spiritual thing as well. And so there was a lot of that happening in the house. So that's why they became a little bit more special than other bands. Not necessarily that their music was like mind-blowingly amazing, because it was
There-
rather just kind of middle of the road. But yeah, probably yeah. I mean, a favorite band of mine for sure, but
But
I don't know if I have a favorite
there's a
band.
lot of bands that are secretly super Christian, like the Killers are super
Mhm.
like have undertones of like very, I mean, he's Mormon, isn't he? The lead
Yeah,
singer of
he's
the
Mormon.
Killers. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah,
mean, I personally grew up listening to the Killers and I had no sort of like, I think that's why I didn't have any early on connection to music because I didn't see that aspect in it, or the music I was listening to lacked that sort of depth to connect to.
yeah.
Like I was watching Disney Channel, and so like the music I was listening to was anything I would see like in ads, or like if you
Camp
know,
Rock.
literally like Demi Lovato released a song. Yeah, it started very much like
Yeah.
low low vibrational music that is very uninspiring and unattachable, but classic.
uninspiring.
Uninspiring.
Really?
Yeah. Any of that radio music, very, very uninspiring, very
My little girl and I, we had a full-on conversation about Camp Rock on the way
Mhm.
for me. I dropped her off at a sleepover last night. It was a really great conversation because we were listening to the Camp Rock music, and pretty much every song is basically the theme is everybody wants me to be somebody who I'm not, and I have to try to break through and show everybody who I really am. Like every song.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I can think of all of them. And what's so weird is that's like a really big theme within every single, like any of the Hannah Montana,
Yeah,
Selena Gomez shows, like Wizards of Waverly Place. Like it was
yeah.
all very much that speed of things. Um,
Which I love secretly. You know what I mean? Not
I
only,
still listen to Hannah Montana. Like it's good. And
yeah,
they're
yeah.
empowering in some way. They're like very much like,
Well, she has a really good voice.
oh yeah. Even when she was like 16.
I mean, yeah.
But it's the same song from show to show to show to show, because that's a young kid kind of teenage theme, right? It's like
Mm,
finding who you are, your individuality, expressing yourself, what other people's version of you are, and you trying to like acclimate to a friend group or
yeah.
whatever,
Yeah. They like
like
to
so
play
you're
that storyline out.
yeah, the authenticity of it all. And we sit back, like we all secretly like what we're listening to, but we have a good laugh at it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah.
It's
There's
really kind of
layers to it.
heartwarming.
Do you guys know
Yeah.
the band Texas is the Reason?
No.
No.
Good.
Why is Texas
It,
the reason?
it's pretty good. It's some of the songs that I like aren't don't have lyrics in them. I've
Uh,
been very interested. Like, do you know what Calm is or Breakwater?
no.
Okay, very 19, let's see, 19, wait, shoot,
Find it.
I know, Calm. They're very like, and the thing is, I can't search it up because it's has such low listen rate. Like people don't listen to Calm anymore because it's
Mhm.
not a band, really.
Hmm.
Um, okay.
There's a you might like just a recommendation. There's this
Mhm.
band called Explosions in the Sky. And it's
Oh,
all instrumental,
Okay.
sort of like pop rock. I don't know if you've ever watched a show called Friday Night Lights
yes.
or watched the
Yeah.
movie Friday Night Lights. So it's like
Hmm.
basically the background music in Friday Night Lights. It's a lot of
Oh,
guitars and like delay and reverb
yeah.
and just cool, like,
And it's called Explosions in the Sky.
explosions in the sky. It's all
Wait,
instrumental. There's no
last time.
vocals in it at all.
Awesome. I'm favoriting it to look into it. But with Calm,
Mm.
sorry, Chris.
um,
With Calm, okay, here's what it says it is. Just after Mohinder, and you know what Mohinder is.
no, I do not.
It's Elliott Smith's side
Oh,
or not side project.
Oh,
Oh wait, no.
love
Mohinder is
Elliott Smith,
different.
by the way, one of my favorites.
Heat Miser is
Heat
Elliott
Miser.
Smith's
Yeah, I know Heat
band.
Miser. That was
But
Elliott Smith's band
yeah,
before.
I was
So,
getting it confused. But this
yeah.
is mid 90s to feed on the wage depressed suburban Gen X Malaysia. That's what it says. This trio of
oh God.
it's
That's my, that's me.
it's
Serious,
So it's like
dude.
space walking slowcore of Duster, and basically the lyrics are you can't tell what they're saying, and it's a lot of sound music. But Calm is like a really, really like 1996, 1995
All right.
new
Yeah, but
wave.
okay. So
Thank you for the recommendation. I'm gonna definitely look them up because
Oh yeah.
I,
mean,
you know,
Elliott Smith is a trigger word.
yeah,
for
seriously,
me.
seriously.
Okay, but Calm is nothing like Elliott Smith's. I have to say,
Okay.
Calm is more like
This is his like garage
me-
band kind of a thing.
I say.
You know,
I can
so
play-
music, you know, you listen to it for a couple reasons. We all have our reasons we listen to music. Oh, that's good audio.
I love this.
Okay, you could Bluetooth
I
that
can't
in,
hear
you
it,
know.
but I like
You know
I
what?
like watching you guys listening to
Okay,
music.
okay.
I know you could actually Bluetooth it right here so you could play it. You know.
Okay, well, there's a song called "The Spirits Fall Upon the Wheel," and you should wheel to all of the
Do me a
names
favor.
of the songs are a sentence long.
Okay, no, here, go to Bluetooth and find it on here, and then we can attach it. And
Really?
yeah, and then you can
Bluetooth
play
is
it.
on. Bluetooth is
Okay, let's go to
okay.
settings.
What is it called?
Hang on, system, Bluetooth.
What's
That's what we're looking for. Should be able to play this for us, so we'll be able to hear it.
Okay.
I just, you know, for me, music, the lyrics are very important in some songs, and there are some songs you just want to hear them, the instruments, and you want to hear them just jam and play and
Yeah.
go.
the lyrics are still a part of it though, but it's almost used as an instrument. Like it's not the main aspect of the song, which I appreciate a lot because it's kind of like I think sometimes when lyrics are a focus of a song, it's like
Come on,
there's an
look for it.
unevenness of like what's carrying the song.
Well, I know, but I mean,
This isn't
are you sure you're?
Bluetooth settings. It's
Yeah, make sure you're discoverable. I mean, you know, like if you go to a symphony, have you been to a symphony? And I mean, there's no lyrics there. That's just the.
I've never been to a symphony, but
Oh, okay. Well, have you been to a symphony, right, David? Have you been?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean,
I believe
Yeah.
I'm connected.
and have you? You are. Yeah, you are. Pair. Okay, here it is.
It's is it?
Start over.
Yep. No. Oh, no. No.
That's you.
No. Can't hear it. No.
That's your song.
Where? I can't hear it.
You can't?
I can't hear it.
Can you hear
Are
that, David?
hearing it?
No. I cannot, unfortunately.
But is it good, Chris? Can you hear it? Is it? Oh, there, I can hear it.
Still can't hear it.
And all of the names of the songs are a sentence long and it's super goofy, like very much like
Wait, shh.
Can you guys hear this? Hold on.
All right, bring it down.
Hold on. I'm just shit.
All right, here he goes.
There we go.
He's showing off.
Can you hear this?
Can you feel this? Huh? Feel it?
no, is
I don't
it
know
playing?
what this is. I'm just curious if you can hear it.
No, turn it. Is it playing? Play it.
Arlington Sunset off of that album is a good song.
Is it playing right now?
I can't hear it.
Damn.
I
Oh,
know.
well, guess not. The world is
Thank you
not
so
want
much.
us.
I mean, okay. What I was gonna
Doesn't-
say was, you can go to a symphony and you can be emotionally just moved by
Yeah.
the different instruments or whatever. To me, that's music when it moves you, when it gives you something emotionally,
100%. 100%.
and no matter what it is, that's why the whole thing was. There's two types of music: music you like and music you don't like. That's it.
True.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's, you know, I'm not a person of rap. I think rap is just
Even like the Far Side and
that's
Tribe Called Quest.
spoken word. It's
Really?
more of a great.
It's-
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's music involved in that.
Well, I'm talking about like you're not into R&B, or are you talking about new age rap? Or you got to be specific about rap, because when I'm like, oh, you don't like rap, I'm thinking about the rap I listen to, as in like R&B,
Give me a
like
rap song you listen to. Let's hear it.
a recent one or an old rap song.
Whatever you're into, whatever you say. Oh, I want to hear rap right now. What would you put on?
It depends on which type of rap. If it's like
I just don't think
new
rap music.
rap.
I don't think rap music, for the most part, and this is an old man speaking, is very positive. It
I'm gonna. This
It-
one's about obtaining the bag. How about this?
obtaining the bag.
It's by Slum Village.
Can you hear it, David?
Kind of. No, can't hear it. That's okay.
Okay. What is it? Hey, what you gonna do today? Hey, what you gonna say? Hey. That is not. There's nothing artistic.
The vibe, man. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe,
About
sure.
feeling the vibe, but that's also like you don't even appreciate Outcast. Like that is that or like Pharrell Williams. Like to me, this is like R&B rap. Like this is still rap.
I don't call that rap. That's R&B.
Okay, you're talking about like
That's R&B, and
okay. I'm playing R&B and I'm thinking that you're like, let me play you a rap song.
oh.
What? But this isn't gonna be good.
Let's go back to Kamala Harris and the whole. She enlightened me today, Romeo, about how she's brat.
Brat.
Have you heard of this term for her?
Yeah, I think there's a singer who's calling her brat. Is
It's
it
a
Charlie
DJ, I think.
XCX?
So Charlie XCX is a singer and it
Yeah.
is a DJ as well. Her album she released is called Brat.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
in
yeah. I'm familiar with that.
It's in a silly font, and it became okay within girl culture and within TikTok and like the female relationship. There's a lot of weird like lingo, like obviously like girl bossing and like slaying and queen, but now it's turning into more of like oh you're slaying, like you're brat, like you're
Oh,
like,
really?
you're
We've
just-
upgraded the term slay to brat.
well, it's not
Really?
a synonym, but like the album is called Brat, and Charlie XCX sending out a tweet saying that Kamala Harris is Brat is saying that like it's basically saying like she's one of the girls, basically.
So
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like in with the girl lingo, and
Which-
that's why it changes overnight.
Overnight,
Because it
it has
the
blown
Gen
up.
Z and Gen
Yeah.
X to a point where like Charlie XCX is iconic.
She puts this on there, and on her I don't know what that was. 32.4 mil or 32.3 million views.
on Twitter for the tweet of Kamala Harris's Brat.
Yeah.
But that's 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So now it's probably going to be like 200 million
I-
something.
If I was Donald Trump, I'd be.
They tried to bring on Hulk Hogan to like be like, oh, Hulk Hogan's going to have more memes than like the Brat memes. Like I
They-
saw on Fox News they were saying that, and I was like, bro, you don't
they
understand anything.
they couldn't book the Macho Man. He was
Randy Rosso, man. He was eating too many fucking beef jerky strips. with
the
his,
Iron Sheik was had previous engagements.
I got to go clean up.
Are you done? Are you done? Okay.
We started talking about the Iron Sheik and the
When
British.
she's out.
Bulldogs,
She's
and
like,
she
wait,
went,
what? Yeah, it's over my freaking head.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. Iron Sheik.
Oh boy.
I was amazed by this though. Seriously, this whole
Yeah.
brat thing, because that's all any of these kids are talking about. They're all around the same age, 19,
Yeah.
18, 16, 17 years old. And if it gets them involved and wanting to vote, are you kidding me? That's
It's-
like a
It's branding, man. I mean, it's
It
reach,
is.
it's branding, it's awareness, it's an endorsement of the
Mhm.
highest cultural caliber that you can imagine. So this Charlie XCX, like my
did you hear
my
that?
what?
She just dropped. Well, how many glasses was that you just broke? How many? 3?
Oh no.
That was
Ruby?
not 0. That was like 4 glasses she just dumped. How many is that? Was it a bottle or was it a glass? Okay. All right. No, yeah, and if Taylor Swift jumps on this bandwagon,
Yeah, so I mean, here's the thing. Like, is it an impact? Is it impactful if it's already sort of preaching to the choir, right? The metric here is conversions, is to get the people who already don't believe in Jesus. You know what I mean? Figuratively speaking.
right. Of course. Yeah.
So, you can be a cultural phenomenon. You can get the endorsement of a Taylor Swift or a Sabrina Carpenter or Olivia Rodrigo or a Charlie XCX or whatever. And all that's going to be great because, the majority, not the majority, I would say a strong number of women are going to vote for Kamala. But, not all women.
Well, Hillary lost because women didn't vote for her.
Well, Hillary lost because she didn't push hard enough in the swing states, dude.
And
Yeah.
Kamala, she's hooking on now to these younger kids. Hillary didn't.
Mhm.
Hillary didn't appeal to the younger kids, and I think Kamala's going to, especially with whatever this is. She's fresh, she's hip, she's new. I mean, how cool would it be? How cool would this be if she wins this thing?
I think she
Seriously.
absolutely can. I think she absolutely can.
Absolutely.
She's got the experience. She's got the resume. She's sharp-witted. She doesn't
Yep.
take any bullshit. She's going to absolutely like dismantle him in any sort of one-on-one debate, in my opinion.
Oh, can you wait? I cannot wait for that. Please bring that on. That's pay-per-view, man.
The only thing that old Orangey's saying right now, which is just catering to his base, right? It's not really changing any minds. Is that he's pulling the old she's the affirmative action pick, right? Like she shouldn't really even be there. It's kind of very racisty.
You think? Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right to his base though. That's what they
Yeah.
are. Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
So that's not changing any minds, right? So if you think about like that swing state voter who's in the middle that maybe voted for Obama, then voted for Trump, and then voted for Biden, and like doesn't know who Harris is. You're talking about, Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin and all these like Georgia, like all these swing states
Yeah.
that will make up the difference. Like Harris doesn't need to spend time in California. Harris doesn't need to spend
No.
time in Texas. Like she's not going to win Texas, but she's going to win California. She's not going to win Florida, but she will win New York,
Ohio,
Yeah.
Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, all those same ones every fucking year. It's the same states.
Same
But
bullshit. So
She can pull them over.
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah, 100%. And
Yeah.
that's where Hillary dropped the ball, right?
Yeah.
She did not spend enough time
Mhm.
canvassing those states in particular. And that's all Trump did, and that's all he's still doing. Like he's going to swing states. He's always in Michigan and Wisconsin. He's always in Pennsylvania. He's always there.
Yeah, because it's safe and he knows he's going to get a big crowd. And
But he's grassrooting. You know what I mean? He knows that he ain't gonna spend time in California, dude. No way. He's not gonna spend time in Texas. Why? Because those are already like
yeah, it's
dial in.
yeah. Yep.
So, I am always a little, cautious about like, anybody becoming a cultural phenomenon because really at the end of the day, numbers are great, but it's got to be the right numbers, right?
Right.
How do you get the right numbers to vote the electoral college in those swing states? Well, you got to talk about things that are important to them, like jobs and healthcare, and building up the middle class, and not increasing taxes and doing all that jazz. But it's cool though. I mean, gosh, even my son listens to Charlie XCX, and that's saying something.
Well, it is. No, but I think this is when I was driving home last night I was listening to the radio, and it's like people are now re-energized. This is like a whole new thing. Okay, Sleepy Joe or whatever. Sure, this is a whole new thing, and people are like jumping in, like, yeah, we want this. We want to see what happens. I
Yeah.
mean, the big thing that people have to keep pushing is that this president is going to have to probably pick two more Supreme Court justices.
Mhm.
And if I'm a woman, are you kidding me? That's such a huge deal. And that point cannot be pressed enough because
Yeah.
we can go back and you know be pissed off at Ginsburg for sticking around too long, you know,
Yeah.
when she should have left, and that would have alleviated a lot of these problems. Roe v. Wade would still be there.
Right.
But the fact that that even got voted, I mean, oh my God, the damage that motherfucker can do if he gets in there with 2025.
If well, I mean, I've got a couple of thoughts on that, but I mean, the one thing that's just sort of
Jesus.
sticking out to me is that first debate between Biden
Oh,
and the felon. People left that debate like, if you're a Democrat, you were like, "What the
but you're
fuck
like,
is
oh,
happening?"
maybe Trump isn't a bad choice.
No, well, I mean, I didn't have that.
Yeah,
I
well,
left that, and I suspect that a lot of people left that debate completely fatigued by absolutely both of them.
oh,
Like,
absolutely,
like,
absolutely.
like
Yeah,
this
this is
dude's
what
eight. This dude's like 80. What was he? What's Biden? 83?
he's like. Yeah, he's like 80 something. Is Trump 78 or something like that? This is the best
Yes,
we have. These two
this is like
guys.
80. Like they're looking at both of them. They're like, what the hell's going on?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, okay,
So
no,
by
what?
default, you want this 50-year-old woman coming in and who's gonna
Yeah.
kick ass and clean the house and do it right. Come on,
So I think
come
from that,
on.
I think that's what has the Republican ticket nervous, because it's like, all right, now,
And it
and
should, yes.
we've all heard this soundbite a billion times, but now, like, he's the oldest presidential candidate in American history
Yep.
now. You know, he doesn't show up to any of these debates or any of these town halls or any of these conventions with anything of real substance to say. He goes up there and wings it completely.
Oh, when he goes off prompter, it's so fucking pathetic.
Yeah, and it gets real racisty, and it gets real like conspiracy
The
theory, and
China virus. He said it in the fucking convention. The China virus.
and he'll never stop,
No.
right? My only hope is that if we have a future
God.
of 4 more years with that jerk off, you know,
Woo.
we got through the first one, kind of, I guess.
Barely. I mean, 400,000 people lost their life because of that cocksucker.
Yeah, and then but I think I said this a couple of weeks ago on this podcast.
Hello.
That I don't believe for one second that he's even a Republican, because he never was until he ran for president.
No, I know you're right. No, he was. He was a lifelong Democrat.
He was a
Absolutely.
centrist Democrat, right?
Yeah.
Who hated these evangelical hicks that he's
Mhm.
catering to. He thinks they're all weak losers.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like hayseed idiots. But he's playing to them because that's how he had to build his base, and he saw some success out of doing that. I think once, if he gets in again, he doesn't have to do that anymore. Because really what he cares about is approval. Really what he cares about is rating. Really what he cares about is what he wants people to love and respect him.
Narcissism.
So if he can bridge the gap a little
Jesus.
bit, bring somewhere in the middle and have more love from everybody.
Yeah.
If he's got to like piss off a few, Hicks and a few of these racists that he's
Never gonna happen.
coddling,
He's
then
never
then
gonna
he
piss
might
them
do
off.
that.
But he's not gonna piss them off. They love
But
him.
why does he doesn't have to care about them anymore, because he's already in. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So he could go tell them to pound sand, and pound sand. Who still uses pound sand?
You just did. So
Oh my God.
yeah. He's look, the South, those states are his. He knows that. Like you said, the red states.
Yeah.
Is he gonna give a shit enough, or is his corner gonna give him the heads up like you gotta go work these provincial swing states? That's the thing.
He
And
will. They know.
well, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, we only have a few more. The fact that he had to get a new vice president. What does that fucking tell you?
That dude. What a choice.
I mean, he didn't want to say with Pence. Pence didn't want to be with him.
He's not even a swing state guy. Like, Ohio's going to vote Republican, right? It doesn't help him, right? If he was smart, he probably should have gotten somebody from Pennsylvania, somebody from
Yeah.
Wisconsin, somebody from Michigan. But he went for like this popular guy who wrote a book that was super
Vance?
popular.
But he wants to
Yeah.
ditch him now. He wants to get rid of him.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably won't do that, but
No, it's too late. You're
it's
stuck with this.
but it was strategically, it wasn't a really really good pick, knowing now
No.
that the Democrats have reconfigured and have huddled up again, and we have this like vibrant, beautiful, smart,
Yep.
experienced, sharp shooter of a candidate who's going to be really strategic about who she picks.
Yeah.
And it's going to be probably a swing state white guy. And
Absolutely. You know it will be.
Arizona too. Like Arizona's another one of those. Like there's a perfect candidate there for her too. But anyway, they're going to be surgical about all this stuff, and all he's got is calling her affirmative action, and starting to spin conspiracy theories again, like she had him murdered or tried to have him killed.
Yeah, what he was saying that she never liked Joe Biden. She hated being the vice president. He's like lying all this shit yesterday at some rally. Just like, dude, shut up. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
This is in high school, but he's making it like, oh, because he has nothing. He has nothing.
He's got nothing. I it's funny. I watched a comedian last night. I wasn't super familiar with him, but I watched him on Netflix like an hour. The guy murdered me. I don't.
Oh,
it's the
who?
guy Shane Gillis.
Oh,
So
wait. He sounds familiar.
he was supposed to be on Saturday Night Live, and he got cast, but then he got canceled before he got on.
Really? Hang on, let me pull
Yeah.
him up while you're talking. Shane,
Yeah.
he sounds really familiar.
Yeah, he's from Pennsylvania. He's hilarious. He did a set on out here in Austin about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, sure. All right, I'll watch
Hilarious,
this.
dude.
Yep.
Hilarious. And his take is like, like, can we all admit now that like Trump was like the funniest president that we ever had? Like he's funny. You know what I mean? Because he's so ridiculous and
Yeah.
kind of unfiltered and just kind of like, you know, it says whatever he wants and just says stupid shit. Like his example was like, yeah, there was a hurricane, a couple years ago, and like when he was the president, his response was like, yeah, because should I just like blow up the hurricane? Like he wanted to send a nuclear missile up into the hurricane and blow the hurricane up.
No,
You know what I mean? He really said that. He was serious.
no, I know. I mean, the thing where he invited whoever it was some championship team. It was whatever football, whatever, and the
Probably
White House like they
Chiefs.
normally do. Yeah, and they had and his spread was McDonald's.
Yeah, burgers. It was
Yeah,
McDonald's, dude.
He had
Diet Coke.
McDonald's chicken tenders and burgers. They're like, here you go, guys. They're like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah.
This is what you're giving me? Or he's
And-
down there after Puerto Rico when they had the hurricane, and he's
shooting
flipping
baskets.
with fucking with here you go. This will fix your thing. Here's some paper towels. Woo!
And
Are you
Gillis,
kidding me?
Gillis did a couple of minutes where he was talking like he's like, yeah, there was a pivotal moment when he was running for president. He was like, he wasn't polling really well. He was like less than 1%, and there was like a large Republican debate where everybody was on the stage, and one
Yeah.
guy was open talking about education and like he's for the cops and for teachers and all this other stuff, like being real political. And they get to Trump, and he says Trump said something like, that Rand Paul, you're not an attractive guy, is he? You know what I mean? Like he was going like schoolyard on all of these guys, and just off the cuff, didn't give a shit, not prepared.
No.
And everybody was like,
because he
"What are we
doesn't
doing?"
prepare.
Yeah, he's a schoolyard boy. It's
Uh-oh.
hilarious.
Go ahead. All right, get in the camera.
Hey there.
This is Ella. She's
Hi, Ella. Nice to meet you.
Ella goes to UCLA, by the way.
Yes.
She's a Bruin.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Go
Westwood.
Bruins.
Wanted me to share that The Simpsons also predicted Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I saw that. Almost
Yeah.
down to the outfit.
Yeah, the outfit was like the best part, I feel like, of
Really?
their portrayal. Yeah.
That's one of my
Crazy.
favorite episodes where Lisa was president. It's pretty great.
Okay.
I've never seen an episode of The Simpsons.
You've never watched The Simpsons. Why not?
too when I was younger, and I have no interest now.
Okay. All right. Well, it's only the longest running show on television. It is. Oh God, here comes Ruby now. Okay.
Yay.
I feel like your daughter. Whoa, whoa,
Fix it.
whoa,
Turn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
whoa. I think your daughter would really like Kitty Craft. Do you know what that is?
No.
Talk for a second. Kitty Craft.
Kitty Craft. It's what's playing right now.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Okay, I wrote it down.
Very cordial music, I would say.
Cordial, yeah.
Very
Called,
sprinkly. Sprinkly.
wait, how old's your
cordial.
daughter again?
She is 13. So
She would
my
pick up-
my
she would be
kids
in that-
my kid's super into musical theater. Like that's her jam.
Ooh, okay.
She's been in every performance since she's been in the fourth grade. She's an amazing singer, performer.
Oh,
Musical
that's
theater
awesome.
is her jam. So it
Mm.
ranges like on one hand, like she's super into like Renee Rapp because Renee
Oh.
Rapp was, a big
The
time
Mean Girls musical.
musical theater kid.
Mm.
But then really just like over the top artists like what's her name? Chapel
Chapel Roan.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that feeds into the whole
Mm.
brat Kamala Harris thing.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
So much. Well, it does. It feeds into it in the same way as like Chapel Roan blew up almost overnight as like, I don't know how to explain the phenomenon of what is going on in girls right now and like girl culture, but it's so different and people who don't understand can't understand because it's something you just experience as a young girl in society.
So
of,
if
like,
there is this big whole girl thing going on, girl
Mhm.
power,
yeah.
Spice World, Spice Girls, then Kamala Harris is shooing to win the election.
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind, honestly.
Seriously.
Because here's what I was trying to yell over the bar to you. Okay, so do you know how Trump picked his vice president, that weird dude?
Yeah.
JD Vance,
JD Vance.
who's a liar.
Well,
He never served.
okay.
He wasn't a soldier. He was in an office position in the army.
Yeah. Also, JD Vance is like super against drag queens. Also, super hated Donald Trump, called him a narcissist and a fascist. And he lies about where he's from. He's not actually from Tennessee at all. He's a fucking liar. But he picked JD Vance, and I heard someone break this down for me. Someone who's very like has a lot of poise and knew how to say it correctly. So I'm going to try to regurgitate it. But basically, he had chosen JD Vance to be his vice president because this was before Biden had dropped out. And the way that people think Trump is playing the game is getting the extremist vote, not worrying about people who are wavering in the middle. They didn't need to worry about like the people of color vote because he was just hoping that people would settle for him because Biden was now
Old and decrepit.
exactly. But now that
Makes
Kamala
sense.
Harris has stepped up, he is so worried because JD Vance is like an absolute lunatic, like extremist basically, and he's worried now because he needs to worry about the people of color and the middle votes and
Yeah, the swing
swaying and
Yeah.
and he's in deep water because he just chose someone he was playing for the cuckoo vote instead of what's now going to
The
happen.
cuckoo vote. I
Yeah,
love it.
He's not Brat. Decidingly
not.
not Brat.
He's not Brat. He's not Apple.
He's not Brad. And Kamala is Brad.
And Kamala's mother too. Mother.
What's mother?
Saying someone's mother. It's all, and you know what?
Oh,
It's all
Jesus.
drag queen lingo. All of Queen Slay. It's all drag queen lingo. It's all very.
You ever do a
like-
drag show?
No, but I would
Are you
watch
serious?
RuPaul's Drag Race religiously. There's
Romeo,
a-
you've been to a drag show, right?
I've been to
We went to see when we worked at Jerry's, we went to see oh my
I'm not
go,
done
go,
cleaning up.
go.
I'm like late.
What the hell was his name? He was a
that
waiter with us.
that was before my time.
No. A bunch
Yeah.
of us went to see him at it was called I don't know. Oh my god! And he came into work and for Halloween he
I
came
know,
in with
I know you're talking about it's
Isaac?
that Jacob dude.
Jacob, right?
Yeah, but that was before my time.
Okay.
But he was a very
Oh man, when
Pretty man.
well, he was, yeah, he's a, yeah, gorgeous, irregardless. And then once he got dressed up in drag, forget about it. I mean,
He didn't look like Madam the ventriloquist doll.
woo! No, no. And on when we went to the show, I swear to God, ask Lauren if she went then. Somebody,
He probably did.
a bunch
They
of
were
us went.
friends.
Yeah.
They were friends.
They were fantastic. All of them were just fantastic. And then on Halloween, they came into Jerry's dressed in their drag outfit.
Oh
One of
boy.
them had freaking horns coming out of their head. It was just amazing. Yeah, he was great. Jacob was great. I mean, Jacob, and then we had that bartender, the one, oh God, just flaming, but just, I mean, that just opened my eyes so much about how great, if you had any kind of, it was just wonderful because it just helped me realize these group of people are just, they're so full of love and caring, and they're no different from you and I. No different.
When people are free, they get fun.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
when people are allowed to be, who they've always wanted to be, or if they're just playing around with characters, like they lighten up, they get fun, they get open. You can have
Yeah.
conversations with them, you can have a laugh with them, you can have a drink with whoever. And I'm just talking about whoever in general. I'm like from
Yeah.
acquaintance to, people who, grew up, differently, but then sort of like turned into another person. From a personality perspective, it's just great when that happens in general across the board. I think so anyway.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. I mean, I'm just, this is going to sound corny. I'm just really blessed because the amount of people that I've met in my life and the different types of people I've met in my life,
Yeah.
the cross sections, good, bad, or indifferent, they always seed your life with a little bit of something,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of spice, a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of sugar, whatever it is you get out of them. And it just helps you appreciate, or whatever it is, you take out of it what you take out of it. But
Mhm.
I mean, my God, I mean, just so lucky. Yeah.
Good stuff, dude.
Well, hey, we didn't really get into the whole, I want to get into more of the Trump getting assassinated thing, but we're over an hour as it is, and I
Yeah,
apologize. I
save
think
that.
from now on we're gonna do the Zoom format.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, the audio and the sync is just
We're
so
right
so
there.
much better.
Yeah.
Like God bless you, Riverside, but I think you're done.
Yeah. It's, I think, yeah. I guess I don't know how I'm gonna edit this, whatever, but closing words. Wait, well, how was your week? What'd you do? Did you go away? No.
No, it's only Wednesday. The week's been great. We talked about it last week. I was in Canada the
Right.
weekend before.
Yeah.
Um, but no, man, this week was just really about getting getting laundry done and
God.
making
laundry.
sure bills are paid and just life stuff at the end of the day. But good stuff. I enjoy weeks like that where I can just kind of like sit back, write a little bit of music, play with
Oh,
some
yeah.
guitar tones a little bit, hang out with my son and my daughter and my wife.
I've been thinking a lot about your drum classes.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, I never took a drum class. I don't know anything about how to read music or what are the time signatures. I know nothing about that. But you know all that stuff. Well, or a lot of
learning
it.
it.
Yeah, you're
I'm
learning it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm listening to these songs and I'm like, and I thought to myself, just the other day I was driving to work. I'm like, fucking David is like learning what this is, like how it is on paper, like how it looks, the signature, the whole thing. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
I just hear it and I go, okay, okay. That's not going to do anybody any good.
Yeah, that will like drums and rhythm, it's a universal language, right? Like from the beginning cultures till now across the world. Something that happens to you when you hear a rhythm or an energy
Yeah.
happen, just come through the speakers or out there live. It's the first thing that sort of gets you that hooks you in even before melody and notes do.
Yeah.
And rhythm dictates the style of music across the board. There's this really, really good video. I'll send it to you after, but it's
Yeah,
basically
please.
this drummer who he's playing a Nirvana song. It's like I think it's Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's like their big breakthrough hit. And he starts playing it grunge style, like Dave Grohl plays it.
Right, right, yeah, yeah.
But then
Oh, I'm losing you.
he's all
Hold on. Stop.
to funk to R&B to Latin music, and it's all completely in the pocket of the song, but it
Really?
changes the identity of the song completely, and it's based on the rhythm pattern. It's super interesting to watch, but it just shows you how important um, drums and rhythm and beats
Well,
are to music.
mhm.
Everything. Yeah, it's a lot. Not everything, but it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just learning that, it was, I don't know, man. Again, like I just wanted to do something with my kid, but I'm getting a lot out of it, and we go every Monday. It's
No, I
pretty
think that's
cool.
super cool. That's so cool. Now, are you
Yeah.
learning? Are you holding your sticks like old school, like jazz drummers used to do, like Gene
Nah,
Krupa, Buddy
my
Rich?
teacher doesn't let us do that.
Really? That's like how you used to drum. It was your stick was in your hand this way, and you
Yeah,
were
it was. That's like a jazz style. Like
right. It's supposed to help
our
your wrist roll easier when you were doing things like to hit your hair, your hi hat or whatever you're doing. Interesting.
yeah. No, our here. Let me show you a picture
Yeah, yeah.
of our drum teacher.
Oh no,
Free plug for Rom.
big plug. Shout out, Ron.
Shout out, Rom. You're not going to be able
Shout out.
to
Shout
to
shout out to the big drummer of the Austin area.
yeah. So he's
What's that? What's the guitar on the floor back behind you? Looks like it's black and white.
That's an Epiphone 335.
You love Epiphone.
Hmm. I love Epiphone. This is our drum teacher. He's incredible. Like he's just doing a session here, but he's got like shaved all around the side hair, and just sort of flips his hair.
Oh,
He plays so many different styles.
where is it? Let me see.
He's doing a studio session here.
Well, I can't see it.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Oh, okay, hold on.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
So, hold on.
Is that Travis Barker? Look at that guy. How can he see his? Oh, his toms are set up interesting. His toms.
Hold on. Can you hear that
Okay.
music?
No,
You couldn't
because
hear the music. But then here's another style. Look at that guy.
whoa.
He's just like doing double bass drum. Like,
Yeah. It's like you're running on your drums kit. Look at him. Look at him.
so great.
Oh,
Oh, dude, he's so talented. It's out of this world. But I've got this like death metal drummer.
hey,
teaching
hey.
me stuff. Yeah,
Those guys,
insane.
ridiculous. I'll tell you what, you're going to love this.
Mm.
Remember? Oh my God, Jen. Cliption, right?
Yeah.
Blink 182. That guy is a really good drummer.
Yeah, he's excellent.
Really, I mean, I had no idea. Green Day.
Yeah.
My dad loved Green Day, and I'm like, fuck, Green Day sucks. My whole life, Green Day sucks. And then my dad's like, no, you gotta listen to American Idiot. It's like a great album. I'm like, no, Dad, Green Day sucks. He's like, no, it's a great idiot. My fucking father was like 70 years old.
Mhm.
That, and he's like, you gotta, it's a great. So, he's been gone a few years. I listened to it 2 years ago. I'm like, this is a great fucking album. This drummer, their drummer's really good.
Yeah.
But I mean, constantly working, moving, things happening, speed, but nothing like it's in the storeroom. Nothing like death metal or heavy, like, oh my God, those guys. Talk about, I don't know what you call it when your bass player goes brrr, when you like,
it's double bass.
yeah, but they have a thing on it now where you get like you can kick it and it hits it like really quick, like I don't know what that's called.
It's double bass.
Right.
It's two levers on the bass pedal where you're
Right.
just doing this with your
Okay.
foot, and it's hitting the bass drum with two hammers. It's pretty great. Yeah, he's super talented. A
Yeah,
really
man.
a really amazing teacher. Takes his time and meets the student where they are, you know. So
Well, the cool thing
really,
is that you're really into it, and I'm sure he really appreciates that. You know, I mean, that's
yeah, he's a super interesting guy too. He's from Tel Aviv.
oh
And
wow,
his mom is this really like eccentric like fashion designer, and she's got blue hair
whoa,
and dresses really flashy. And then his dad's like super straight laced, like ex Mossad. Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah. And I've met them both. They're
And then,
interesting.
and then the kid's got the thing
Yeah,
hanging.
that he's like this really like he was just like when I was a little kid. I knew from the moment I saw this Ozzy video that I was going to be a drummer, and that's all I was going to do, and that's all I've ever done. That's it.
Wow,
He's a professional drummer. He gets paid to
God
drum.
bless,
That's his life.
God
That's great.
bless. You know,
Mossad,
okay,
ex-Mossad.
all right, we're gonna call it.
Let's call it. It's
I
getting
think
dark.
I know it's getting dark. Wearing sunglasses. We're from Chicago. Thank you for the patience today. I will do Zoom from now on, and
Maybe. All about
um,
Zoom. You can play
Wednesday,
the
Wednesday's probably a good day. Yeah, whatever.
dude. Wednesday's fine.
Oh, these kids, they don't know how to mop a floor. It's just painful to watch them try to mop a floor.
You got to go pick up six glasses that hit the floor like.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Did you you didn't hear that, did you? It was
No, I didn't.
everywhere, everywhere.
Are there people in the restaurant right now?
No, they're no, we're closed. They're mopping. Here, hang on. Hold, I'll show you.
Okay. All right. Cleanup time.
Yeah.
Closing time.
Yeah, why don't you put that on, Ruby? Closing time. I am cheesy rock and roll, and that's what we're doing now. The mopping is just it's painful to watch. See, but you know they're kids and they got good work ethic. They really do.
Love it. It's awesome.
Very lucky. All right,
All right.
David. Thank you very much.
You got it.
We'll see you next week.
And next week.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, how do I log off this thing? Just
Hey, how do I
end.
know, Connie?
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
Woohoo. Bye.